The Jewish New Year is the perfect time to renew commitment to building a better world. On the Rosh Hashanah holiday, Jews are awakened by the sound of the shofar. It is a day to renew conviction to make the world a better place. Scripture readings are found in Genesis 21, verses 1 through 34. Read about the birth of Isaac and Hagar and Ishmael. The eating of honey and apples is a symbolic statement of a sweet and prosperous new year. People around the world gathered to remember those who lost their lives in 9/11. The Pasco County Fire Rescue were given 2 beans from the World Trade Center in remembrance of innocent victims. And in South Florida, the Mario Regional Park resurrected 2 beans as a show of strength to be held up in remembrance of those who lost their lives. Gail's going to speak with us today with the latest information for women on how to protect themselves. Let's go now to the story. The Women's Health Awareness Month.
We have information on everything from birth control, STDs, different forms of protection like the female condom, and we have a demonstrator here. We have dental dams, and then we also have condoms, female anatomy. So this is of course front and back, and it's just highlighting the bladder, the uterus, cervix, vagina, as well as the rectum here. And then we do have information on HPV. HPV is a human papillomavirus. Basically, there's a vaccine that came out to help protect against the strains that cause cancer. So Gardasil was that vaccine that came out for kids as young as 11, just to have the vaccine before they're exposed to any of the HPV viruses. It's transmitted through unprotected sex. It can cause cervical cancer. Is there a test for it? And what else you can do to reduce your chances?
Purity is power. The Word of God says in 1 Corinthians 6:18, verses 18 through 20, every sin that a man does is without the body, but he that commits fornication sins against his own body. In other words, you do yourself great harm to expose yourself to sexual sins outside of marriage. In Hebrews 13:4, marriage is honorable and the bed is undefiled. Now that's God's system, that's God's plan, and that's God's method that He has set up for marital relationships to experience bliss, healthiness, and to create a strong bond between the man and the woman. And I submit to you that when you venture out beyond those guidelines, you hurt yourself. You hurt your own body. And I know that the world is gone berserk and the world is godless and everybody's doing things their own way. But if you can get strength from this moment of truth and embrace it and make it a core value and live by it, until such a time as when God unites you with your own companion, your soulmate. You will experience a power that others won't have the bragging rights to brag with. So just keep that in mind and take this with you from the sermon notes by Keturah.